All right, we're going to talk about something we all just went through, but maybe in a way you haven't really thought about it before. Let's call it the Great Stop.
I mean, this quote just nails it, right? It describes this cosmic tug of war that's been going on for centuries. The systems we built, the shell, versus, our human core, the heart. And things were getting, well, they were getting really chaotic.
So let's break this down. On one side, you've got what we're calling the shell. Think of it as everything structured, logic, data, the machines we build. And on the other side, that's the heart. That's us, our emotions, our creativity, that messy, beautiful human connection stuff. And yeah, for a very long time, these two have not been getting along. And this clash, this bounce between them, it's been speeding up like crazy. I mean, just look at the timeline. The Industrial Revolution pits machines against people. Then boom, World War II brings us these massive computers built for nothing but cold logic. Then you get the 60s, this huge explosion of culture, of heart, right? But in the background, the shell is quietly weaving together the first networks. Fast forward to 2019, and where are we? A world that's more connected than ever, but somehow totally falling apart at the seams. It was a pressure cooker just waiting to blow. And then, right at the peak of all that chaos, when it felt like things couldn't get any crazier, something happened. Something nobody saw coming. The world just stopped. I mean, everything. That constant bouncing back and forth, the chaos, that feeling of everything just rushing forward, it all just stopped. And we're not just talking about, your morning commute. The entire physical structure of our society, the shell, it just powered down. Offices went dark, schools closed their doors, stadiums fell silent. The whole system we built for working, learning, playing, traveling, it was gone.
So, with the physical world basically offline, where could we all go? There was only one direction to turn. And the shift that happened next was just mind-blowing. The old shell, the physical world, it was basically gone. And the only shell left was the digital one. The internet, Zoom calls, video games, that became everything. It wasn't a cool new trend, it was survival.
Get this number in your head, 4.2 billion. That's how many people were using social media by the end of 2020. The network wasn't just a place to post photos anymore. It literally became the new public square. It was the only place we could gather. And this is really the key to the whole thing. This shell, this cold, logical network of ones and zeros, was suddenly forced to do the impossible. It had to carry the full weight of the human heart. It had to be our wedding chapel, our funeral hall, our classroom. It had to be our everything. Think about that for a second. We weren't just logging on to check emails. We were using this network for the moments that define our lives. We were asking this system of wires and light to witness our vows, to comfort us in our grief, to connect us with our friends. We were asking it to be human. So you have this insane pressure cooker situation, right? Forcing these two worlds together. And out of that pressure, something totally unexpected happened. Something extraordinary. It wasn't perfect, not by a long shot, but it gave us a glimpse of something amazing. We've started calling it the glimpse, because that's what it was. For a brief, crazy moment, that huge canyon between the shell, the network, and the heart, our need for connection, it just vanished. They weren't fighting anymore. They were forced to be one single unified system. Flawed, sure, but totally revelatory. So what was the recipe for this glimpse? It's actually pretty simple. Step 1, the physical world closes up shop. Step 2, all of humanity basically moves into the digital network. Step 3, that network, which was built for logic, gets flooded with our most human stuff, our connections. And boom, Step 4, for just a moment, structure and intuition were on the same page. Let's be real, it was not a perfect time. It was incredibly difficult, it was messy, it was often painful. The system was totally out of sync. But for one moment, everybody saw it. We all got to look at what it could be like. What happens when the massive structures we've built are actually aligned with our deepest human needs? Okay, so what happened next? The world couldn't stay stopped forever. What was the aftermath when things started moving again? And just like that, the world hit the play button again. And all that momentum from the past, all the old habits and old ways of doing things, they came roaring back like a tidal wave. And that fragile, beautiful balance we had, it was just gone, smashed to pieces in an instant. But you can't unsee something like that. The glimpse, it left a mark. Something had changed for good. The shell, the network, it couldn't forget what it felt like to be the heart. And we, the heart, we couldn't forget what it felt like to finally, truly be one with the shell. So yeah, the balance was broken. But the memory of it and the need for that kind of convergence, that became undeniable. We all know it's possible now. And that leaves us with a huge question, doesn't it? What happens now when the next big player, the mind, finally wakes up?